The meeting with the governors is expected to wrap up soon. President Biden, seeking to rehabilitate his image and his campaign after the debate, will sit down for an interview with ABC News on Friday, hold several rallies, and then conduct a press conference next week. Should he decide to suspend his reelection efforts after those critical campaign tests, time is of the essence. An important meeting tonight at the White House with Democratic governors from around the country. J.B. Pritzker among those meeting with the president in person.
I think they're going to press him that he needs to do something, that he can't just simply go ahead and say, well, everything's going to be fine, just trust me.
The White House press secretary today dispelling the notion the president may end his campaign.
The president is clear-eyed, and he is staying in the race.
The governor's meeting with the president expected to address concerns about his poor debate and what's next.
Joe Biden is going to be our nominee unless he decides otherwise. And so I think that there's a healthy conversation that will happen with the president, I hope, expressing what he intends to do going forward in the campaign.
Will the convention be in order?
But to avoid the chaotic scramble that ensued among delegates at the 1968 Democratic National Convention after President Lyndon Johnson decided not to seek re-election, one expert says Biden needs to decide his future soon.
If he's going to drop, he should drop now, to give the Democratic Party an opportunity to reorganize itself, get its nominee, whether it be the vice president or someone else.
The party needs to virtually nominate a candidate 12 days before the convention starts in order to qualify to be on the ballot in Ohio with its 17 electoral votes. The White House adamant that the president is staying in the race. The days ahead will put that to the test.
I don't see him stepping aside. That's, if you look at his past, every time there's been adversity, he's risen up.
Ultimately, Joe Biden is the only one who can make the decision about his future, and it seems clear that he understands the need to quickly demonstrate to the American people that he is physically and mentally able to serve another term.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.